Hi, my name's Sarah. Do you want more ease, joy, love, peace and abundance in your life? Then knowing yourself as divine can be of great assistance. Imagine that you are living in a dream state where everything you perceive, that is, see, hear, touch, taste, smell, etc., is filtered through the lens of your belief system. And that is what we are actually experiencing on Earth. Our belief system governs everything in our life, from our health, our relationships, our careers, where we live, how much joy, love, ease, abundance, and inner peace we have. Now, where do our beliefs come from? Well, some of them you came into this life with from other lives. Some of them are from your ancestors, their ancestral patterns that you volunteered to clear in this life. But most of them come from your childhood, usually before the age of 7. And that's because when we are that age, we are predominantly in Theta brainwaves. And when you're in Theta brainwaves, it's your optimal learning brainwave. So you're like a sponge. And you're picking up data from all your senses and coming to conclusions about them. But the downside is, at that age, you don't have the life experience to know what's true or not. So say, for example, your parents were stressed out about money and they were a bit short-tempered and they took it out on you. Do you think at the age of 3 you would understand that it wasn't your fault? No, you wouldn't. You would just know your parents were being grumpy, and so the conclusions you would come to would be that you had done something naughty, that you've been bad, etc., etc. So we just don't have the life experience, and we often jump to the wrong conclusions as a child. But then we're stuck with these limiting beliefs that I've been naughty or I've done something bad until we change them. So let me give you a scenario. First of all, I'd just like to say that if you have supportive parents who encourage you, are kind to you, loving to you, and they themselves have like a positive mindset, then it is likely you have mainly beneficial beliefs. But the opposite is true. If you had parents that maybe didn't love you as much as they should have done, or loved a sibling more than you, or they didn't support you or were mean to you, then you're likely to have more of a pessimistic mindset. Okay, so let me give you a scenario to explain how beliefs affect you. So let's take a 5-year-old boy, and he's at school and he's with his best friend, and his best friend says, "Oh, you've got a big nose, haven't you?" And our 5-year-old boy hadn't thought about this before, and he goes and looks in the mirror and thinks, "Oh, yes, actually I have." And he thinks about this for a few days. Now, a belief is something that you think over and over again, or something that you imagine over and over again, as you see it in the picture in your mind. So he's thinking about this for a few days, and eventually it becomes a belief. But you know, our 5-year-old boy, he's keen on football, and he soon forgets this. It's not an issue. However, the mind doesn't forget, and this belief is stored in his subconscious mind. Now we're going to fast forward 20 years, and our 25-year-old now man is going on his first blind date. And our mind's role, our subconscious mind, has the role of keeping us safe. So our subconscious mind is constantly filtering through its memory bank, its beliefs that it's got stored, and seeing if there's anything that's going to be a threat to our man. It doesn't want him rejected, ridiculed, or hurt in any way. And our subconscious mind is processing billions of bits of data per second. It's incredibly fast, and it's something it's always doing, so it's a pretty amazing piece of equipment. And it comes across this belief, "I've got a big nose," and it perceives this, it's a red flag, it's a possible threat. Our man might be rejected. And we don't like rejection. We fear rejection. Rejection is one of the things we can fear because in times of old, if we were rejected and thrown out of the group or the clan or the tribe or whatever, then it was hard for us to survive. So we are hardwired for connection rather than rejection. So our mind has red flagged this. And what it does, it starts to play this belief over and over again. I have a big nose. I have a big nose. Now subconsciously, the man can't hear it. Beg your pardon, consciously our man can't hear it, but subconsciously he can. And then our body also has its own memory and its own consciousness. And you can think of your body as an extension of your subconscious mind. And our body remembers this comment and how it made it feel. So our body then produces these feelings of anxiety, worry, maybe unworthiness or undeservedness, which our man is now going to feel. And then our ego, which is our personality, kicks in. So the man's ego picks up these feelings from the body and thinks, oh, there's a threat here. And the ego also has the role of keeping us safe. So the ego then comes in with its what ifs. Now the ego is the voice you hear in your head. What if she doesn't like me? What if I don't like her? What if the restaurant isn't good enough? What if she doesn't like the food? And the list goes on and on. The list is endless. So our man, he's now been bombarded by this mind tape, by the what ifs and the anxiety and etc. from the body. He actually decides, no, I'm just not going to go on this blind date. So can you see how an innocent remark from another 5-year-old will now have a huge impact on our man? He's very unlikely to ever find his dream partner because every time he comes to go on a date or he likes somebody, then these sabotaging patterns are going to kick back in again. Now, it is important to know that your subconscious mind and your body believe everything you tell it, everything you say, everything you imagine to be true. They cannot tell the difference between a truth and a lie. That is why it's really important to have a positive mindset. Because your mind's going to believe it and make positive beliefs out of it. Now you can use this to your benefit, even if, say for example, you wanted more abundance, even if you weren't abundant but you kept telling yourself that you are, and you got rid of the limiting abundance blocks, then you would eventually become abundant because that's what your mind is going to believe and create for you. Your body only believes what you tell it. And just to demonstrate this, just imagine that you pop in your mouth now half a cut lemon. And it's really juicy, this lemon. And you're swelling it around your mouth. And it's really sour and really sharp. And these juices are going around and around your mouth. And what starts to happen is your body believes that you are actually sucking a lemon at this precise moment, and it's going to start producing a lot of saliva so that the juices from the lemon don't attack your tooth enamel. So what happens when you are constantly mean to your body? If you don't like your body shape, or you think you're not very beautiful or handsome or whatever, and you're constantly putting yourself down, your body's believing this. And put yourself in your body's position. If somebody kept telling you you were fat or ugly or something, you're not going to be very happy, are you? So your body feels a lot of grief if you're mean to it, if you're always judging it, and it stores this grief in your physical heart. And this can actually lead to feelings of depression and sadness, etc. So if you are somebody that is that doesn't like your body shape, or doesn't like the way you don't like the way you look, find something about your body that you do like, even if it's your toenails, and focus on that bit. Oh, I've got lovely toenails, etc. Forget the rest of you. Focus on the bit you do like, and learn to love your body for the vehicle that's allowing you to experience life on earth rather than love it for what it looks like or its body shape. And then if your body is happy, you certainly will feel a lot happier. So how do you know what your beliefs are? Well, it's obviously difficult because you have beliefs going right back from your childhood and you don't remember. So you won't remember some of them. Some beliefs you do know about. So one way is to become an observer of your thoughts and what you are imagining in your head, and especially what you are telling yourself over and over again. Because it's really hard to change something when you don't know what it is that needs changing. So by being an observer of your thought patterns and also being an observer of how you're feeling as well, you can sometimes work out what your beliefs are. So who are you really? Well, you're not your body and you're not your mind and you're not your ego, your personality. You're the divine consciousness in the body. And you came from a place where there was only love. You knew yourself as God. You knew yourself as one. You were oneness. You knew yourself as oneness with everything. There was only joy. You could create what you wanted. You forgave easily because you know everything was just an experience. And life's pretty wonderful. However, it's hard for you to expand your consciousness when you don't have anything to compare it to. So you decided to come down to earth, which is a great learning school for you. And it's a place of duality. You know, we have love and hate. We have rich, we have poor, we have beautiful, we have not beautiful. We have so many different things we can compare. We have lots of different experiences. Some are challenging, some are easy. So it's a great learning school. But the thing is, when you went through the veil of illusion, which is what you go through when you come down to earth, you forgot that you were divine. You forgot you were God. You forgot you could create what you wanted to create. You forgot you could choose what you want to choose to experience. And life just tends to happen to you, challenging or easy. So knowing yourself as divine has great benefits because you're actually going to take back control from your ego, from your mind and from your body, which are creating the life you are experiencing at the moment. Knowing yourself as divine brings you freedom because you can then create the life you want. You're going to experience just love and joy. You are going to easily forgive yourself and everybody else. You have freedom from emotions such as fear because you know you can create the outcome. You have freedom from emotions such as guilt and shame, unworthiness and undeservedness because you know you're God. You're perfect as you are because how could you not be? But also you know everything's just for your experience. You have freedom from emotions such as hatred, anger, resentment because these emotions are fear-based and they are to keep people away so they don't hurt you again. So it brings you great freedom and you can create the life you want. You've taken control back from your mind, your ego and your body. So what is God? Well, everybody's opinions obviously differ. My opinion is that God is divine consciousness. It's the energy of love. It's just creative consciousness. But obviously that's just my opinion. However, I can tell you that God is very loving and spirit are very loving, and their love for you is unconditional. They love you whatever you think you have done. There is never any punishment. There is never any judgment and from God and Spirit, and there are no sins. Okay, everything is just for your life experience. So what we're going to do now is just take you through a few exercises to help feel the real divine you. And then what we're going to do is put you into Theta Brainwave state, your optimal learning state, reprogramming state, and I'm going to give you some positive beliefs, and it's something that you can listen to over and over again, and it's hopefully going to overwrite some of your limiting beliefs. So if you just sit somewhere comfortable with your feet on the floor or lie down, somewhere that you're not going to be disturbed. Just keep your feet flat on the floor and keep your arms and your legs uncrossed. And have your arms and hands open to receiving, so that's palm up. And I just want you to imagine you are surrounded by this most beautiful golden light. This golden light feels incredibly nurturing and loving and gentle. And it's just helping you just to relax. You can feel it on your face and your head, and on your throat and neck, on your chest and belly and back, and your legs and feet, and arms and hands, and it's comforting, and it's nurturing, and it's gentle. And just feeling yourself relax, letting your jaw relax, letting your tongue relax, dropping your shoulders and letting your shoulders relax. And then just taking in 3 deep belly breaths, in through your nose and out through your mouth, and in from your nose again and out through your mouth. Once more, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now I just want you to imagine you are surrounded by the most beautiful white gold light. And I want you to see if you can feel this light, which feels incredibly loving. It also has the energy of love, so you're also surrounded by the most beautiful, infinite amount of love. I just want you to see if you can feel it stretching out to infinity in front of you and behind you, to the left and the right, and above and below. And now I just want you to imagine you're standing in your head, and in your head you step into a lift or a whirlpool. And this lift or whirlpool is going to take you down through your head, down through your throat, and down to the middle of your chest. And when you're down into in the middle of your chest, just step out of this lift or whirlpool. And you just want you to feel or imagine you are surrounded by the most beautiful, golden white, loving light. See if you can feel love down there. That's the real you, the divine you. It feels so loving. And when you feel it, it's so loving, it's so peaceful, and it's so calm. And when you've found it, and if you can't find it yet, don't worry, it does take practice. I just want you to imagine doors in front of your chest opening up. And I just want you just to gently send that love and light out from in front of you. And you're just going to send it right around the world, and it's going to come back to you as love. You may find it easier to feel it coming back in through your back rather than your front, because our back is our receiving side and our front is our giving side. So just try. And as I say, these exercises take practice, so don't worry if you can't feel it, just imagine it for now. Now I just want you to imagine an animal or a tree or a plant, something natural, and I want you to feel that same love and light inside of them, and notice how it's the same as what's inside of you. Then I just want you to keep thinking about your same animal or plant or tree, and I want you to know that you are in every cell of it. And you may have heard of the expression from God, I am that, I am, and this is you saying, I am that tree, I am that plant, I am that animal. And then when you're out and about, try doing this exercise with people too. So instead of looking at them as a person, see if you can imagine or feel that actual love and light inside of them. Okay, so they're just some exercises. They're great to do. If you can do them every day, that's of real benefit. But they do take a little bit of practice, so you can have a go at those. Okay, and just opening your eyes for a moment, but stay sitting or lying wherever you are. And we're going to do some reprogramming of some positive beliefs. But first of all, I just want you to give yourself permission to receive. Because we tend to be, I must do this, I must do that, I've got all that to do later. And so we're not actually present with what's going on. Our mind is half an hour in the future or an hour in the future and is making its list. So just give yourself, you can just say to yourself out loud or in your head, I give myself permission to receive and be present. And just know that you spending the next 10 minutes sitting here receiving some positive new beliefs is going to benefit the whole world. So give yourself permission. Now, I'm all up for an easy life, so as well as bringing in some new beliefs, I'm up for asking God and Spirit for help releasing the old stuff that's no longer serving you. So I have a list of things to ask God for. Now, it's entirely up to you whether you want to do this. I'll just ask you to say yes if you do as we go through the list. But just remember that God is loving, not judgmental, not punishing, etc. If you've never done anything like this before, just to tell you, you might not feel anything. You might feel a bit of warmth. You might feel a bit of tingling. Sometimes you can feel like your arm and leg give a little jolt, and that's just stuck energy leaving your body. And it's just like you may have had a dream where you're walking down the steps and you miss the step and your leg gives a jolt. Well, it's exactly the same as that, because that's also stuck emotional energy leaving your body. So we have free will, and God and Spirit, that's the angels and ascended masters, etc., can't help you unless you give them permission. So do you give God and the angels and ascended masters of the highest light permission to assist you during this next quarter of an hour? Or you can say, if you do, say yes. If you want them to assist you for the rest of your life, you can give them permission to do that now. But for now, we're asking for the next quarter of an hour, just while we do these new beliefs. So you can say yes in your head, or you can say it out loud, it doesn't matter. So dear God, we ask for the highest possible help with everything on this list and anything we don't know what to ask for, in accordance with divine will, with ease, grace and Godspeed. So would you like help for anything preventing you from knowing yourself as divine? If you do, just say yes. Do you require would you like assistance for anything preventing you from integrating these new beliefs with ease, peace, grace and Godspeed? If you'd like help with that, just say yes. Would you like help releasing limiting beliefs, thought patterns, mental images, stuck emotional energy, habits, behavior patterns and judgments? If you would like help with those, just say yes. Would you like help upgrading your soul contracts? Would you like your soul contracts to be upgraded? Now, we came into this life with contracts, and these are things that we agreed to experience, people that we agreed to have some kind of relationship with, whether it's an easy one or a not easy one. It could be disease, contracts to have a certain disease. It could be a contract to have a certain job, anything. So it could be contracts to have things that are challenging, or contracts to have things that are fun. But what happens is our soul learns by our beliefs and thought patterns. So once you learn the lessons, change your beliefs and thought patterns, then you can upgrade your soul contracts, so they're going to be you're going to have more of the fun ones, let's say, and less of the challenging ones. So if you'd like to upgrade your soul contracts, say yes. Would you like help rescinding and revoking any vows, oaths, decrees, pacts, promises, or swears, etc., that you have made in any lifetime that are limiting you? So we swear vows and oaths, etc., in other lifetimes. You know, you may have had a lifetime as a monk or whatever, or a nun, and made a vow or an oath of poverty or of celibacy, etc. There's something called the Bodhisattva Vow, which is a vow that Buddhists make, which keeps people in suffering. So if you would like help breaking these so they're no longer affecting you, just say yes. Would you like help with clearing all limiting ancestral patterns or karma that you volunteered to clear in this lifetime? If you'd like help with that, just say yes. Would you like help clearing for any entities, cords, or attachments which are not serving your highest good? If so, just say yes. Would you like the returning of your soul fragments or any of your energy that you've given away to be returned to you, cleared and cleansed and healed? If so, say yes. If you are holding anything that does not belong to you, would you like it to be sent back to whoever sent it, or to whoever you picked it up from, with love and consciousness attached, that or something greater in accordance with divine will? If so, say yes. Would you like your heart and mind to be balanced and aligned, and for balance in all aspects of your life? If so, say yes. And would you like help manifesting your heart's desires? If so, just say yes. Okay, so what we're going to do now is to put you into Alpha and Theta Brainwave, which is the optimal brainwave for reprogramming your mind. Now, these brainwaves you have throughout the day anyway. Alpha brainwaves are the state that you're in, the brainwave state you're in between waking and sleeping, and Theta brainwaves are the ones that when you're relaxed, when you're in REM sleep, that's the rapid eye movement sleep when you're dreaming, or when you're in hypnosis. So they are brainwaves that you have. We have 5 different sorts of brainwaves, and we have them through different parts, different times of the day when we're doing different things, or in different states of relaxation rather. So if you're just sitting somewhere comfortably and quietly, hopefully still, arms and legs uncrossed, just keeping your eyes open, just keeping your head still, I just want you to look up with your eyeballs. So you're going to roll your eyeballs up, so as if you were looking at your eyebrows. And while they're up there, just take a deep breath in and let it go. Taking another deep breath in, letting it go. Take another deep breath in. And this time I just want you to keep your eyeballs up but shut your eyelids, And then just let your eyes relax. So let your eyeballs drop. Keep your eyelids shut and just sit in a relaxed position. And I will give you some positive beliefs. So I would love for you to, in accordance with divine will, understand, remember, believe, and wake up to the fact that you are God in human form. You are the divine consciousness in a physical body. You are a magnificent, amazing, multidimensional being, and you are sovereign. And I would love for you, in accordance with divine will, to understand, remember, believe, and wake up to the fact that you are an expression of God. You are safe, worthy, and deserving of knowing yourself as God and divine, and of feeling your awareness and connectedness with God and the All. You are safe, worthy, and deserving of doing your divine mission and being all that you are and all that you can be, with ease, grace, and joy. And you are safe, worthy, and deserving of ascension. I would love for you, in accordance with divine will, to stand in your divine power and be the amazing creator you are, to forgive yourself and everyone else, and to love yourself and everyone else. I would love for you, in accordance with divine will, to understand, remember, believe, and wake up to the fact that you are enough just as you are. You are lovable just as you are, and perfect just as you are. Because as you are divine, how could you not be? That you are safe, worthy, and deserving of having a life of ease, peace, abundance, love, joy, and of having an amazing career, the perfect partner for you, your dream home, full health and vitality, and anything else you desire. It's your birthright. I would love for you, in accordance with divine will, to understand, remember, believe, and wake up to the fact that the real you is always loving, forgiving, peaceful, and calm. And therefore anything else you are experiencing is coming from your body, mind, and ego. I would love for you to remember, understand, believe, and wake up to the fact that you can stand in your divine power and control your mind, body, and ego. I would love for you, in accordance with divine will, to understand, remember, believe, and wake up to the fact that no matter what has happened to you, you still have your innocence. That you are liberated, free, joyful, happy, peaceful, calm, creative, innovative, imaginative, talented, gifted, and abundant. I would love for you, in accordance with divine will, to understand, remember, believe, and wake up to the fact that you are unique, but also the same as everyone else, as there is just oneness. You are optimistic, strong, capable, pure, loved, valued, wanted, enough, lovable, beautiful inside and out. That you are safe, worthy, and deserving of being here on earth at this time, of succeeding, of being seen, of shining your light, and safe, worthy, and deserving of having freedom and liberation, of knowing that only love, joy, and abundance, ease and peace are real, and it's only your belief system which is preventing you from experiencing this. I would love for you, in accordance with divine will, to understand, remember, believe, and wake up to the fact that you are brave, courageous, balanced, grateful, gentle, a money magnet, confident, resilient, appreciative, accepting, good company, significant, that you now easily forgive yourself and others. You are always kind to yourself and others. You trust yourself, you value and respect yourself, and you accept and approve of yourself as you are now and where you are now. And no matter what you've experienced, you can easily let it go and embrace the new. Okay, and just when you're ready, just wriggling your fingers and toes and bringing your awareness back to your physical body. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. Now, it takes at least 21 days of writing, reading, seeing, speaking, hearing, thinking out your new belief to make it a new belief that sticks. So what I suggest you do is listen to this part of this recording every day for 21 days. Before you go to bed is a great time, if you can, but otherwise any time in the day. And then after 21 days, listen to it 2 or 3 times a week if you can. If not, even just once or twice a week is going to help. And in the next 21 days, write down some of the beliefs. So the ones I would focus on is that you are lovable and you are enough and perfect just as you are. You are safe, worthy and deserving, and that you are God in human form, or words to a similar effect. And constantly write those. I would write them on post-it notes and stick them in places around your house that you go to often, like by the sinks, on the back of the bathroom door, by your bed, on the fridge, etc. And then keep moving them around, because if there's something that we tend to see over and over again, then we stop reading it. So move them around. And you can write any beliefs. Use any of the beliefs that we've just done, or make up your new ones. If you want to bring in a new one, just make sure it's in the present and in the positive. So you would say, I am safe, rather than I'm becoming safe or I'm not afraid. So make sure it's positive and in the present. Another thing you can do is just to keep telling yourself these things over and over again. So maybe pick 5 or 6 or 7 and say them over again. You can record some of them on your phone. Just make sure your voice is gentle and monotone, and then at night you can play it over and over again. And you can just play it so it's loud enough just to hear the murmur of your voice. You don't have to have it loud enough to hear what you're saying, because your brain will pick up the vibration and then convert them into words. So that's another way while you're asleep. You can set them as screensavers, which is, if you use a computer a lot, is a good way. You can set them as reminders to pop up on your phone several times a day. If you can think of any other ways, that would be great. Another couple of exercises you can do to know yourself as divine is, one is to sit quietly and then just imagine yourself getting larger. Feel yourself getting larger, so you're larger than your body. And then you become larger than the room you're in, larger than your house, larger than your city, larger than your country, larger than the world, larger than the universe, and then you become infinite. It does take a bit of practice, but it is another good way of feeling your infinite energy. And then when you finish, make sure you ground yourself back into your body. So plant your feet firmly on the floor and imagine golden roots coming down from your feet, going down, deep down, right down into the middle of the earth. And another way is to, if you're looking in a mirror, just look into your eyes, but without judgment. You're just going to look into your eyes gently. And after a few minutes, sometimes it's like your eyes go a little bit blurry, and you actually get the sensation of the real you. It's the real loving, kind you that you feel. It's rather beautiful. A couple of other things that you can do to help you. So just before you go to bed, wrap your arms around your body or rub your arms and just tell your body how much you love it, how much you appreciate it, and thank it for looking after you, because treat your body as you would a small child. Be kind and loving to it and grateful. And it just makes your life so much easier. It really has a positive effect on your life too. Be grateful. If you can think of, say, 5 things that you're really grateful for, things that you have or things that you've gone through in the day, because gratitude is one of the highest emotions we can have. It really raises your vibration, and when you are grateful for something, you're saying to the universe, yes please, I'll have some more of that. So being grateful is a great way to improve your life. You can also ask God or the angels for the highest healing possible. You can ask them for the highest clearing possible. You can ask for a downloading of your spiritual gifts or of the light frequencies that are going to serve you. They don't mind if you ask. You can ask every minute of every day and they'll be very happy. The only thing is they can't take away your lessons. So that would be like you teaching your child's you doing your child's homework for them every night. Your child's not going to learn. So you do actually have to learn the lessons, but they will help you in lots of ways too. And lastly, I would start to learn. I don't know if you do any creating, but learn to create. And creating is very simple. You can either put yourself back into the Theta and Alpha brainwaves, because that's a great state to create in with the rolling of your eyes up. Or you can sink your awareness down into the middle of your body if you can again and use that area. If not, just sit quietly. And you need to visualize what it is you want to bring in. And you need to, in your visualization and imagination, have it as though you have it now. So you already have, say you wanted a new car, you would see yourself sitting in the car. You would actually be sitting in the car, so you'd be looking out through the windscreen, you'd be looking at all the dials, you'd be smelling it, smell that newness of the car, feel yourself touching the seats, maybe they're leather seats, you're going to stroke the seats, you're going to touch the dials, touch the steering wheel, use all your senses if you can. Maybe you want to turn on the radio and hear the amazing speakers it has, and you want to bring in a lot of joy and excitement. It's the feeling of it that helps you more than the visualization. So you really want to be excited and joyful about having it, and then feel grateful. It's a gift from the universe. So grateful for it coming into your life, and grateful for the ease it's going to bring you. Okay, I hope that's been of some use to you. One last thing, my heart gave me a message to give to you, which was to know that we are in a dream state, and when we are awake, we are going to bring the golden age to the world. So many blessings from my heart to yours.